sing you a sweet lullaby, lullaby.
Darren racing rear
I can sing you a sweet lullaby, lullaby. Sing you a sweet lullaby, lullaby. I can sing you a sweet lullaby, lullaby.
Hello everyone, this is Jess, your hostess of Racing's Top Stock, and I just wanted to give a warm welcome to everyone as this is my very first video on this brand new YouTube channel, which will be about the Pegasus World Cup 2022 edition. I've been so excited for this race, and you're probably wondering, Jess, why would you wait to make this video the day of the race? My answer is I really don't know, so without further ado, let's analyze, let's have fun, and most importantly, let's look at every aspect of this industry, which is what this channel is basically going to be about. So without further ado, let's just get started. So first up, we have the champ, the GOAT himself, Nick Sko. And as much as I'd like to give him an easy win, Life is Good is definitely going to give him a run for his money. Both candidates express the same amount of speed, just overall class, and the same kind of running style, as they're both front runners who like to go, 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 and never look back, honestly. But I think what Nick Sko has done with his career is outstanding. He took everyone by surprise, coming back in the year of 2020, winning the dirt mile, and just going on to be this super horse we realize just doesn't come around very often, and horses just aren't campaigned like this anymore, and it's truly amazing to see. It really is. And I'm not too worried about him drawing an inside post because I know he has a bunch of natural speed to get clear and to get to the position that he wants. However, Life is Good is definitely going to be to his outside, and if these two go way too fast early on, which is very predictable, they could easily leave a spot for any long shot closer like Empty Tomb or Endorsed, who likes to run that in the middle of the track, those crazy runs. It's a very open race if these two go too fast, is what I'm trying to say. But that's only if they set insane fractions and with both of them can't physically go on. But it is a mile and an eighth, so I'm pretty sure it suits them both well, but it's just a matter of how fast they go. So go Nick Sko, I'm rooting for him, but nothing is definite. So number 2, we have Chess Chief, and I don't know enough about this horse to really put my opinion on it, but I just know that he's been competing at the top level for a very long time. He's by Into Mischief, and Into Mischief can basically do anything. But to me, Chess Chief seems like a horse that doesn't want to go too far out of the pace, but at the same time needs a lot of ground to kind of get into his rhythm that he gets into. So with that being said, I see him settling in about mid-pack. And considering this horse has won his best buyers and allowance optional claimers, this horse doesn't really have my confidence. Also, all of his stakes wins have barely come up by like a nose or a neck. But nevertheless, this horse has managed to stay at this level basically his whole career, so he must be doing something right. However, if the totally outrageous pace just collapses, I could see the race being set up for a horse like him to make a long, sustained stretch run like he usually does, to just grind it out in the end to win by another nose and another neck. So that is Chess Chief. So the next horse we have is the hard-knocking Stiletto Boy. This horse is so consistent and he always finishes within the board, and he's just an overall good horse. I mean, I just remember watching this horse going through the auction ring as he was selling for $420,000 after winning the Iowa Derby. At least some people saw his talent, and the fact that he is where he is now, it's cool to see, you know? So with that being said, I believe consistency is a thing that could pull his horse through with a win. And if any horse can run huge in this race, he's definitely the guy to do it. Also, if the pace collapses, I could definitely see this dude just pouncing to the wire before anyone else. He just has that mentality to just keep on going, you know? These tough geldings, we just have to love them. And with him being a son of Shackelford, the distance does not fool me at all, and I think this dude has a good chance. So Stiletto Boy, let's go. And of course, in post position, number 4, we have the other speedster in the race, the other challenger, the horse that I think is going to be breathing down Nick Sko's neck the whole way. Life is Good. To be honest, I've been following this horse and just fascinated with him ever since he was in the barn of Bob Baffert. But now being with Todd Pletcher, he has a whole new row of opportunities for him, and it's just been showing these past couple of races. He's just so fast and so talented and has a great mentality and a great mind, and of course is by Super Sire into Mischief. He's honestly got everything going for him. However, if he get locks in a speed duel that really can't be controlled and the pace end up being collapsed, then that's when closers like the long shots in the race have the opportunity to blow by him and Nick's go. With that being the only concern I have full potential in my mind that he can get the win. So, life is good, let's go. And the next horse we have is Empty Tomb. And to be honest, he kind of surprised me when I first read his name. However, he is improving. But the horses he's been running against, basically his whole life, have just been irrelevant from the field that he'll be facing now. Now, I've watched this horse be claimed and sold many times. Like, I swear, I see this horse in different silks every time he's out. But I think his last race is the best race he's ever ran in his life. Even though he got wired by a long shot, he still managed to stay up front the whole race and finish like he did. And the fact that he managed to win the head bob to get second just says a lot about his character. Now, with the presence of Nick's go in Life is Good, I barely see him the opportunity to get him to the front, so it'll be interesting to see him rate and see how he could run if the pace collapses. Now, he is a son of Spicetown out of an Archmare, so distance is not really the key to my confidence, but if all else fails, Empty Tomb is the horse for you. So I wish him the best of luck. And up next, of course, we have our 2019 Belmont Stakes winner, Sir Winston. Now, what a trooper for being better than ever at the age of 6. Just something you don't see, as less and less horses are being campaigned like this. This horse has been at the spotlight for a long time, so experience is not my concern at all. It's distance. Knowing Sir Winston likes a lot of ground to make his long, sustained stretch runs is definitely vital for him. However, if the pace collapses between Nick's Go and Life is Good, he's definitely the horse to come pick it up and mow everyone down for the win. And while we may not know if a mile and an eighth is his best distance, he's still Sir Winston, and we have to respect him for that. And just the fact that he's made trips to Woodbine, to Belmont, and then from Belmont back to Woodbine just speaks measures about his soundness. And he is a strong closer, but he's also shown talent up front, so sky's the limit for this guy, as he's been one of our favorites for a very long time, and I wish him the best of luck for him and his connections. And so our next horse is Title Ready. Now, I remember seeing this horse traveling back and forth to Dubai or just within the country, but I know he has the reputation for not really running to his full potential or really just that well. But nevertheless, he still managed to stay at this level, so we have to give him credit for that. And looking into his pedigree, he is a 7-year-old more than ready out of a Monarchos mare, which you don't really see in the modern breeding world nowadays. So the mile and an eighth would not be a concern for me. However, it's just a matter of if he has it in him to run his best race. And to me, he seems like a horse with a similar running style as to Chess Chief or Sir Winston. However, he's just not really been as lucky as them in getting their wins. He also seems like the horse to definitely know how to put his head down at the wire. So if the pace collapses between Nick's Go and Life is Good, who's going to be there to take their place once they fade? And I could definitely see this horse within that mix. With that being said, that's Title Ready, and I wish him the best for his connections and himself. And so our next horse is the Tricky Endorsed. Now, at the start of this horse's career, he was on top of his game, and he was so talented, and he had a really bright future in front of him. He was on the Derby trail, and he was just on the mainstream watch of pretty much everyone. But after his 3-year-old campaign, as things didn't really add up, he continued as a 4-year-old where things kind of got a little bit confusing. He wasn't running good, so he got claimed as he is no longer with Godolphin. But then he started running more decent, but never really up to par with what he used to be. However, if the pace collapses, and this horse is let out at the center of the track like he usually likes, I could definitely see this horse mowing everyone down, to take the win at the wire. He is still a decent closer, and we have to respect him for that. And his recent outing in the Mr. Prospector Stakes has showed us that he's improving, and he's still the closer that he always was. So with that being said, I could see him toward the tail end of the field, and just waiting to navigate his way through to get to the center of the track, which he usually makes his runs on. But if Knicks Go and Life is Good as they are, and they're still in front in the end, I could definitely see this dude running on maybe third or fourth, or just on the board. As we all know, he does not mind getting dirt in his face, so kickback would not be a problem for me. So with that all being said, I wish him best of luck for his connections and himself as an individual. So that's endorsed. So our next and final horse is the very interesting Commandeer. And as I was gathering his content for the video, I actually had to look him up because I had no idea who he was before now. And with the content that I was watching, he seems like the horse to make these long suspended stretch runs to just get his head on the wire at the very last moment. And as we know, at the very last moment, the pace setters could be at their most strenuous point of the race. And in this case, in which Life is Good or Knicks Go were to be at this point, this horse looks like he has the ability to make these long suspended runs. However, I see him toward the back of the pack early on, mainly because he's never really faced the caliber of field that he'll be facing in the Pegasus. However, if he gets the opportunity, it seems to me like he's the horse to never give up and keep on chugging. So if the pace collapses, the question is, will he be the horse within the mix to take their place on the wire? And my best prediction is him doing it from the inside, weaving his way through the field, to become this persevering athlete hero, which he could possibly be. So, best of luck to him. So with that all being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, or just enjoyed listening to my analysis, my knowledge, or just overall content of the video. Or if you want to see more content like this, I would definitely recommend subscribing, liking the video, or just leaving your thoughts in the comments of what I should do better, what I should improve on, or just what you would like to see more of in the future or just now. So yeah, thank you for watching this episode of Racing's Top Stock Pegasus World Cup 2022 edition, and I appreciate you all so much, and thank you.